Hey everybody, Dan Swift here. Today we're going to be taking a look at this Venmar HRV. We're going to be putting a new damper motor in it, and we're just going to go over how to fix it. So first steps, normally your HRV is not going to be so hard to get to. This is sort of a custom job. You'll also notice when we get inside of it that there's some things missing because I've modified it, but the damper motor is the same as probably about 20 other models. So let's jump in here. First, we're going to remove the door on this unit. We'll take this big long screwdriver up here. Step number one here is to unplug power to the unit. Make sure you don't get yourself electrocuted. And we're going to take this door off. You'll notice that it's got pins in it, and if you give it a little tap, you can just remove the whole door. And we've got a camera inside here so we can see our damper. What's supposed to happen when you cut power to this, and if the unit is on, what you should see is the damper motor move. So here we have the offending damper motor. I'm going to just show you how that works. I'm going to take this filter out. And we're going to push this button here to let the juice flow. Just fair warning, this motor is going to come on, so don't be sticking your fingers in there. You'll see how this damper motor closes. And you'll notice right now, it's not doing anything. It's just sitting there. So what we're going to do, again, making sure that we have power disconnected first, is we're going to take this unit off back here. This is our damper motor assembly. There's a plug here, and there's two screws. So I've got this big, long screwdriver arrangement. It's going to make it easy for us. We're just going to back those two screws off. Clumsy like this, but again, most people don't have an HRV way up in the air like this one. This is a retrofit install into an older home, so it couldn't go into the mechanical room. Well, don't lose those screws. You got those out. Then we're going to need to pop these two arms out of the grommets. I'm just going to reposition my chair here to do that. In there, there's a plug in here, but you're going to need to just pop these out, and they just pop out with a little bit of persuasion. Just be careful not to break them. This one, I do believe, has a bit of an angle down. Yep, there you go. And this one, you can see how that works. And we'll just pull that plug out. And you'll see I've got some washers back there, so don't lose any parts. But that is our removal. And again, you can add a little bit of lube here. But now we're ready to go and repair this piece. While we're in here, it's a good opportunity to see how these damper motors, or these dampers, operate. This one goes up and blocks the entrance, or sorry, the exit of stale air. And this one opens and closes, controls the fresh air. That damper motor, obviously, when you have the unit off, will block these off, but also in defrost mode, it'll close this one, and it'll also push this one up to block off that passageway up there, which is, just show you what I mean. Coming back, and with our light, that you can see I've modified. By the way, you'll notice that this is heavily modified. There's things cut away, and there's a fan missing because I'm running two ECM fans over there and some automation. But the damper motor assembly is pretty much the same as, like I said, 20 other units. So let's go and repair that. Now this unit, this piece, this assembly is no longer available from Venmar. So if you try to find it, you'll see it's no longer available. Good news is that this motor that drives this is, and we can sort of take things apart, reuse the metal bits, and put a new motor on here. So that's what we're going to do. This motor comes in two flavors. It comes in, by the way, the motor's here. It comes in a clockwise or counterclockwise rotation. And in this case, the spring there's a return spring. We'll have a closer look at this in a second. But it's pulled this arm back in a actually counterclockwise. So the motor is normally going to be, let's hold this way. the motor is going to be normally moving it this way, and if you let it go, the spring's going to return it counterclockwise. So this motor is spinning clockwise when it's in operation to close those two damper doors. So when you order this motor, you need to get the clockwise, or I believe it's they call it the right rotation, or rotation to the right version. These motors come in two flavors, clockwise or counterclockwise, so you got to get this right. If you order the wrong one, of course, it's just going to try to open backwards and it's not going to do anything. These grommets, by the way, are just small little electrical grommets. They're nothing special. I've just replaced them. In fact, this one needs to be replaced, so we'll put a new one on there while we're doing this. Let's swap that motor up. All right, so we're going to need to take a little circlip off, which is right on the end here of this thing. And for that, we're just going to use a slotted screwdriver. All right, so there's this little circlip here. We're just going to just tease it backwards with the screwdriver. Keep a finger on it so it doesn't go flying. And you should just be able to slide that off. And there's our little circlip. So we'll set that aside here. And once you do that, all these bits just lift off. So we're going to lift this arm off, place it here. We're going to let the spring release. There's a little washer here, and an arm, and a spring, and a spacer. It's pretty simple. 2 screws here. So we're going to take these two. This is the stop for the screw. We're not going to mess with that. Remove those 2. And you'll see there's our old motor, there's our new motor. This motor has a harness on it. So one of the things we're going to have to do, you'll notice that it has 3 wires here and 3 wires here. Really important to note, and something that makes this motor, the Synchron, by the way, motor, interesting, is that it is a 120 volt motor. It doesn't matter with AC current which way you hook these 2 wires up. This is the ground, the green is the ground. So it doesn't matter, the blues, these 2 blues need to connect up here. It doesn't matter exactly how you do it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut these, give ourselves maybe right in the middle of this harness, like so. And we've already got, so I'm just going to strip these back a little bit more. These look like they're already tinned. So we have the 3 wires and 3 wires here on our harness. Now it's important to note that these are wet applications. So we're going to take a few precautions here to deal with moisture. If you have heat shrink with sealant, that's what you want to use, but we're going to use some dielectric grease. And we are definitely going to use shrink on this. We'll go with maybe 1.25 inches or so is great. Make sure you get the shrink on there. Okay, so we got shrink. Got the one that we dropped. And we're just going to twist this up. Okay. So we've got 3 wires ready for the solder. Off. There we go. Nice little solder joint. Good idea not to breathe this stuff. This is just dielectric grease. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a quantity on here. Okay, we have 3 wires soldered. What I'm going to do, again, is just put some dielectric grease on these connections. Wiggle these guys over. Like so. And then we'll give her the old heat gun treatment here. So that dielectric grease pretty much guarantees a problem-free future for these connections. Okay, and there you have it. A harness attached to the new motor. And this motor, by the way, is a Synchron. It just says since 1929, made in the USA. So RetroZone has this motor in stock. And we'll gladly send it to you so you can fix up your older HRV. This motor is used in probably 20 different models, as is this assembly exactly, this part. It's used in Venmar. I'll put a list up, a graphic that includes some of the models that use this model and this assembly in particular. So this motor, this Synchron motor is used in this assembly for about 20 different units, but it's actually used in more units than that. So again, rather unusual because it is a 120 volt motor. Let's put it back together here. See if we can remember how everything went back. Good news is you can't really mess this part up because it kind of only goes one way here. Hole with the, in fact, you can see where it's kind of clean there. So you just line those up and put those screws back in, which we're going to do. If you over tighten them, you run the risk of breaking or damaging these, so don't do that. So now that we have this unit on here, let's just get a few things out of the way. We can go back with reassembly. We'll put the spacer on. We'll put the spring with the arm like so against here. We're going to put this stop facing in that direction. And then we're going to throw this on. Now we have to make sure that actually what we can do is just take this spring tension off, get that little arm over here. Make sure we put this on with the little tag down because that is what is going to catch our spring here. And yeah, make sure that this ear, because again the motor's going to spin, make sure that this ear is, let's just say, on the left of this arm and the spring is on the right. The motor's going to rotate this piece and it's going to catch this tab. It's going to spin this arm clockwise as we showed. And you need to make sure that there's some spring tension on that. So all we're going to do here is, again, I've got no spring tension on there. So I'm just going to bring this guy around. So that's hooked there. And what should happen is the spring brings it back counterclockwise. Again, the motor's going to rotate it clockwise, and the motor just keeps going until it encounters resistance. It's not by any stretch sophisticated, and surprisingly it just stays energized. Here's our little circlip again. We're going to be careful. If you lose this, you are not going to be happy. So you want to just clip that on. Okay, so this piece is keyed onto the motor. And as the motor spins, what that's going to do is contact this, and it's going to basically, let's see if we can get this thing. You can hear that motor spinning up. It's going to do this. And then when the power's off, you'll see that it's going to slowly relax due to the spring pressure. So there you go. That's how that thing works. With regard to the grommets, they're just like electrical grommets. And if there's play in these, this thing won't work properly, so you can replace those, which we will go ahead and do. This is a 1/4 inch grommet, so those will work great. You may have to lube them up, but basically you just press them in and out. We'll go ahead and replace those right now. A lot easier to work with these when they're warm. Don't melt it. And we'll just okay, there we go. New grommet, a little bit of grease, and we'll go and assemble. We basically just have to get these T screws back into the unit, plug it in, and we're back in business. I just realized that for the entire time I was filming here, I was actually using the onboard mic on the camera. So I apologize in advance for the audio. In any case, the visuals are pretty much what this is all about. We have successfully fixed this damper actuator motor, and we'll fire it back up in the unit and get up and running. Otherwise, we would probably have to toss about a $2,000 HRV, because this is one of the key critical parts. It won't defrost, and it won't shut down properly or block those vents off when you turn the unit off, unless this is working. If this is not working in a cold climate, you will not defrost, your unit will freeze up, and you will get no air exchange. So, hope you found that helpful. Like and subscribe, as always, is much appreciated. Have a great one.